Hello and welcome, I'm Nico and this is me recording Stellaris. So what I hope to do is correct a slight issue with my microphone which caused it not to record, so I'm overdubbing it for this one episode. Luckily it's not too long, it's only about 17 minutes and tomorrow it would be back with live recording. I'm not quite sure why it did that. Anyway, what we've got here, we've got our colonial target there with our level 3 anomaly. Now we've got our scientist here, rank 3 at the moment. It's got quite a high failure risk, 30%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to level her up to level 4, so I've got a lower failure chance. So I've got 3 planets along here, Kjam, Kudax and Rubitz. So I'm going to survey all of those, hit any low level anomalies there, get her up to rank 4 and then go after the anomaly at EAM. Okay, zooming out, as you can see we've got the periphery of our wormhole range. That will improve with later technology and we can build new stations. So we're currently building up our mineral economy with our construction ship. We're shortly going to be limited by the range of our borders. We're almost in a position to found a colony. We just need to drive our production of both. We've probably got enough minerals now to be going on with that. We've got a reasonable influence running along there, but we're a bit short of energy. It requires 8 credits per turn of energy. So just looking at Unity here. So we go in to the surface mode here, and as you can see here we've got a lab which can be upgraded with that little yellow arrow, which just gives us a little bit more science spending there. Okay, system survey has just been done, so upgrade that for a little bit more physics, and we really do need to develop Unity a little bit better for energy production. So what we're going to do is build a power plant here, sacrifice a little bit of growth. We've still got a surplus, so if we clear out one of these tiles at some point in the future we'll be able to build some more power stations. As it is, it's still a little while before we're going to found our first colony, maybe a year or 2. Okay. So science ship needs to head off and start levelling up. Okay, it's ticking along well. We've got a couple of Leviathans flashing around, not doing any harm to anyone. So, economy is gradually building up, and yeah, habitable world survey is gradually ticking along. We'll hit that target before too long, and our scientists are gradually levelling up. We've got administrative AI, which will give us a global 5% boost there, and colony ships are gradually developing, as are defence platforms. Okay, continues to tick along. So the economy is going reasonably well, but we do need to get the energy production up. Let's see, our scientist on the science ship, gradually ticking along. It'll be another couple of systems worth of surveying before she's level 4. Okay, that's ticking along as well there with the construction ship building away. As you can see there, you've got a green mineral icon and a white one. That just shows that 3 of them are developed, and there's 3 more to go in developing that system. EAM and Deneb fully developed at the moment. Kjam looks like it might be a mining target as well. Once EAM is developed, it should be available. Okay, so we can build some research stations there for a little bit of society research. Should be handy. Okay, science ship still ticking along. As this is Ironman mode, I'm being relatively cautious, not running it at top speed most of the time. So hopefully I can avoid any too terrible mistakes. I'm being moderately cautious. Maybe I could rush it a little bit more, but I'm trying to get my economy nice and firm around me before I start expanding. I should run into a race sometime soon. Usually speaking, you do, once you've developed a few systems, you start running up against someone, or at least one of their ships, and you find out where their empire is after a special project. Okay, so KJAM looks like it's going to be a very productive system with some energy, minerals and social research there, so that's looking really good. Unity is developing there, with some of its surface structures being developed. So KJAM is almost finished being surveyed. Another Leviathan flying past.
System survey complete.
Okay, so rather looks like this is a repeat of the previous anomaly with the out-of-control NaNoWriMo. There is a significant scarring on the planet's surface. The world is... it's basically someone's written a gigantic novel on the side of a planet. It's a bit strange. I haven't generally found anomalies repeat too frequently with my two previous playthroughs, but I only played for a few hours on each. So maybe they repeat more frequently than I'd got the impression of from those two playthroughs. So we'll see anyway. It might have a different bit of flavour text there. So we're fairly central towards the core of this elliptical galaxy. So I think what we're going to find is we're going to have to expand outwards, maybe create a sort of wedge like a cake, and then expand sideways, which would just limit the number of border interactions we have to put up with. Okay, so that's something different flashing around. Oh, no, it might be the Placid Leviathans. Okay, science ship. Need to send that out to Kuldax. Yeah, she's getting very close to being rank 4, which means I can send her to EAM. Okay, habitable world survey, halfway there. Okay, I could build a frontier outpost and exploit KJAM, but I'm not going to do it. It's rather expensive, both in terms of influence and minerals, and I'd rather keep them. Hopefully when I develop EAM as a colony, it should spread my influence out to KJAM. If it doesn't, I'll probably put a... Ooh, right, okay. I think, yes. Yes. I spent a lot of time just pondering about doing that. Okay. So, my scientist is developing quite well. She's getting towards level 4. Okay. My mineral development is fine, but I do need to garner a little bit more power. So I'm going to clear that slum there and clear that for a bit of food production later on as well. Now you get an adjacency bonus from planetary capital, so it might be a wise idea to include, so I'm going to have the option to build a colony ship before too long. Okay, so social research is finished. That's the colony ship available to me. Now, looking at these, you've got these purple technologies. These are rarer technologies, and that one is gigantic statues to the leader, effectively. Nice propaganda purpose, gives you 10 plus to happiness. Planetary unification is very tempting. Influence is rather hard to get, and these are some special ones generated from studying the space amoebas. So those are tempting, but I'm going to go for planetary unification most likely. Okay, that with administrative AI, it's building in some of these long-term buffs to, for the Empire. I'm going to leave my colony ship just cooling its heels for a little while. Okay, so that's gradually clearing out those slums. We've got a population there developing. Yeah, I'm going to replace that with a little bit of power generation, which should hopefully develop my economy enough to start colonising without too much of a deficit. Okay, and the planetary governor has gone up a level. Okay, how's the science ship doing? Very nearly finished surveying the system, very nearly rank 4, so I was about right with, 2 or 3 systems to develop rank 4. Right, very, very near to doing that. Okay, looking around. What are we going to do?
System survey
Shift that
complete.
population there so they can start mining that resource. That tile will change over before too long.
Research complete.
Right. I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of mineral production to have that open. Useful minerals and some food resources there. That's going to provide me with 4 extra power when that pops. And when that population grows, will actually give me another 2. So I should be in a position to not have a negative balance and to have a colony. Okay. Now, these are tempting, especially point defence, but I think in actual fact developing my ship's power systems, especially if I'm going to stick with lasers, that'd be very handy. Frees up other slots if you've got more energy generation on your ship. Definitely helps. So, probably going to start the survey and then bounce back to do the anomaly. Okay. Let's see how it's about developing. Yeah, pretty well. Start our colony ship. We should be in a position to meet the energy production costs by the time it's built. It takes a whole year. You can see the two build queues up on the outliner. Okay, Leviathan's flashing through there again. Okay, science ship doing its thing. Let's have a look. Yeah, she's rank 4 now, so what I'm going to do is head back, do the anomaly. And it was doing one of these odd things where it doesn't bring up the tooltip. The order has been issued, but it won't bring up the tooltip. Not quite sure why it does this, so I end up clicking on the system and seeing if I can issue the order inside. Okay, so we've got Charlie bogies. So we've got a detection, and we can research that. Okay. So we click on it, and it will tell me in a second that we're already on it. Okay, significantly reduced the difficulty or failure chance of that anomaly down to 22%. It was up at 55 when I wanted to do it originally. Right. Okay, that's moving along quite well. My science has also gone up quite significantly. Now, I really can't wait to grab KJAM because that's a great system to develop.
Complete.
So hopefully, once I've got IDAM, it should sort stuff out. Okay, looks like we've got a moon going to fall into a gas giant. So this is an event which we're very fortunate to see. So we've got a special project to investigate this. So observe moon impact as our special mission. Okay, so everyone's lining up to do that. A bit like Comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 when it impacted Jupiter. That was an amazing bit of fortuitous timing. Though there will be a few things in our solar system which are a bit like that. One of the moons of Mars is going to impact on Mars in the next few tens of millions of years. So we can use physics to research this, so that will run quite well. Now, what I might have to do is just check the requirements on that special mission, because I think I didn't spot all the requirements. So when I go to the next episode, I will go back and make sure that I read that flavor text again. Okay, that's developing well. The economy is pretty much able to cope with colonization now. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we found a neighbour, the Vidari Divine Grand Duchy. After successfully translating their language, we have established communications. Diplomatic channels are now open and all hostilities have been terminated. Excellent. Though I have to admit, with a name like the Divine Grand Duchy, that would make me mildly nervous if I was their neighbour. As a xenophobic race, we've got a different set of conversational options which are not fantastic. I suspect we will be at war with these people before too long, so I think I will be somewhat diplomatic and just say respect our authority, or else so playing Carmen to their really horrible bat people. Okay, news that we have encountered an intelligent alien life for the first time has shaken our society to the core. Leaked footage of these bizarre creatures is spreading through media outlets across the Commonwealth of Man, and many citizens have been gripped by panic. Rioting has been reported in several cities on Unity. The strange Xenos appear to have achieved a level of technology similar to our own, and they are clearly spacefaring. Whether they regard our great species with fear, hatred, or cold indifference is anyone's guess. I love that. Calling them Xenos just brings up, wonderful 40k ideas. I wonder if anyone's done a mod for 40k. It wouldn't surprise me. That would also make for quite a fun playthrough. Okay, those are really monstrously ugly. Doesn't look like they've spread out from their home system yet. They probably have a few mining bases like I do. So we're roughly equivalent at the moment. We haven't developed our fleet very far, so we might be able to get the jump on them if we are able. So we need to develop a few more wormhole points. So I better pause it here, and this should hopefully be a nice addition. Please like or subscribe.